Welcome to the Growth Now movement. I'm your host, Justin Shank. I'm an entrepreneur, speaker, and podcaster who years ago decided to go on a journey on how to grow in all areas of my life. What I found out was it's really a matter of focusing on the 4 pillars of life: business, relationships, spirituality, and wellness. And that's what we do here. We explore how to continuously grow in those areas, all while having a ton of fun doing it. I'm really excited you're on this journey with me. Now let's get to this week's episode. What is up, everybody? I believe I told you last week that I was doing another solo episode this week. So excited to dive into this topic with you guys. And for those who don't like my solo episodes, I apologize. Guests will be coming back starting next week. But I wanted to really kind of pour into the people that reach out to me and thank me for my solo episodes. There's always a number of you reach out when I do solo episodes. And so I appreciate you guys. If you're not following me on Instagram, go follow me over there at Justin T. Shank. I love connecting and hearing from you. And I look forward to hearing more from you guys and what you want to hear more of on this show. But I wanted to dive into this one specific thing. And as you guys know, over the last year plus, I've been talking about the 4 pillars of life: business, spirituality, wellness, and relationships. And relationships for me are definitely one of the most important ones, right? Everybody knows the Jim Rohn saying of you are the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And as I began to think about relationships and who I've been able to surround myself with and how I've learned and grown from learning from these individuals, I was like, who are these people and how have I placed them in my life? And I wanted to share with you guys really how I structure those 5 people. And I want to share with you why I chose these individuals, why I have them be certain people, and how you can really begin to think of how do I surround myself with the right people. Now, if you're at home, grab a pen and a paper. I'd love to kind of walk you through this idea of relationship building and making sure that we're surrounded with the right people. And so I really began to go, okay, who are these 5 people and where do they fall into my life? And I found out that they fall under essentially 5 different categories. And so what I want you guys to do with your pen and paper is write these down, right? And as we go through them, I want you to write next to the name, who is that person in my life? And do I have that person? And be honest with yourself. You're not necessarily going to have every single one of these people, but it's very important to be aware of why, number 1, why these types of people are important to have. And number 2, if you don't have them, how can I find these, insert them into my life? And so the first person that's really important to have in your life is, I call them the cheerleader. This is the person that cheers you on, that makes you feel like you can run through a brick wall, the person who really sees the champion inside of you and is really able to lift you up and help and make you start believing that you are that champion. Now, that person to me is Chuck Balsamo, and if you're a longtime listener to the show, you know Chuck has been on 4 times, but that guy is my cheerleader. He makes me feel like I can run through that brick wall. And he never has anything bad to say. And so this is the cheerleader who says, you are the man, you're a champion, you're a legend. And I know that he's this to many people, but I'm proud to say that Chuck is my cheerleader. The second person is the Bruiser. Now, the Bruiser is the person who questions your moves, the person who's a little bit tough on you, that says, is that the right direction? Are you doing this the right way? Are you sure that that's what you should be doing? Now, I want to make it clear, it's the Bruiser, not the abuser. This person doesn't tear you down. They just really question you and push you around a little bit to make sure that you're becoming your best self. This person's important. We can't all be surrounded by yes men and yes women. We need people who are going to say, hey, what about this? Have you looked into this? And that person who pushes you around a little bit. But remember, this is not an abuser. We can't surround ourselves with people who are going to hurt us in any way, shape, or form. But they are a bruiser and they're very important. This person to me is Justin Kavanaugh, who's also been on the show a couple times. He spoke at my first event, and he's the person who really challenges me with my thoughts and where I'm going. And I'm really glad to have him in my life. So again, write down Bruiser, and if you have that person, write them down next to that. And at the end of this episode, I'm going to share with you some things that you can do to really start to find the right people and put them into place. The third person is the Softie. This is the person who is the shoulder to cry on, the person who listens to you when you're in those rock bottom moments or something didn't go as planned, the person who's willing to listen with an open heart. But this person is not an enabler. Yes, they will listen to you cry, but don't allow this person to be that person who allows you to continue to go down that path of sadness. This person will listen to you cry with an open heart, and then they'll help you brush yourself off and help pick you back up. This person's my girlfriend, Lauren, who is definitely this person for me because she'll listen to me complain more than anybody else. But she also makes sure that I don't stay in those down moments that we all run into in our lives. The fourth person is a mentor. Now, a mentor to me is somebody who you can consider a friend, somebody who you get to hang out with or chat with often, but somebody you look up to for some reason, where you want to be a little bit like them in some way, shape, or form. This person for me is Fabio Viviani, who's also, you guys know, has been on the show, spoke at the first Growth Now Movement Live. But I have no desire to own a restaurant. I don't have a desire to be as wealthy as he's been able to create, or as wealthy as he's been able to make for himself. But I will say this. I want to be as nice as him. I want to give as much as he gives. He gives from a place of not needing anything in return, and it's something that I really admire about him. And that's what I look for in a mentor, somebody to go, okay, how do I continue to give to people who may need some help? And he's somebody who I look for in that. And then the fifth person is a coach. And a coach is somebody you pay to be. This is the person you're investing money into yourself for them to guide you in your business or your life. Now, I've had many coaches in my life. I've had business coaches. I've had spiritual coaches. I've had relationship coaches. And I've invested in all of them because you have to have some sort of skin in the game. So I think at any time you should have a coach in your life who's really pushing you and helping you build what it is you're looking to build. This person for all of 2020 has been Roberto Candelaria, and he's really helped me formulate a lot of things for my business on the back end, whether it be the online course or some sponsorship opportunities. But he's been really, really great for me in 2021. And so if you're not currently investing in a coach right now, I highly recommend doing that for yourself into 2022 and making sure that you're getting to where you want to go. And again, this could be in any realm of your life. Like I said, I've had coaches who have helped me with so many different things. It's not always a business coach, but highly recommend looking into that. Now, I said to you guys earlier that I was going to share with you some things that you can do to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right people, right? So the first thing I'll tell you is a lot of people, when they hear, surrounding yourself with the right people, they're worried about cutting off old relationships. They're worried about people that they might hurt their feelings or whatever. But I will guarantee you this, if you're focused on your own growth and bettering yourself, those people who are hurting you in some way, shape, or form, they're going to find the door themselves. You're not going to have to kick them out. They're going to go walk out the door themselves, and it's not ever going to be an issue for you. So keep that in mind. But the first thing I'll say about finding the right people is first labeling them. Who are these individuals that you want to be those 5 people that I just named? So who are they? And are they already there? And if they're not, where are they? How can you get in front of these people and begin to build a relationship? And the best way to build a relationship is to give unconditionally. So find out how it is you can support them in some way, shape, or form. So whoever that individual is that you have in mind, maybe it's the Bruiser that like, hey, I've noticed they're tough on people, right? Maybe it's Andy Frisella, and you want him to be your Bruiser. How can you get in his space and then give to him unconditionally, without any extra or anything in return, and begin to build that relationship? I've found that the right people will slide into your life in a very easy way as long as you approach it from a giving standpoint. A second way is to go to events that like Growth Now Summit Live, where you can find individuals that are on the same path as you. Maybe you don't know who you want to have as your cheerleader. Maybe you haven't met them yet. But if you go to the right room and you have the right types of people in that room, you're going to easily find that person. So go into the rooms of live events, whether it's Growth Now Summit Live, which tickets are on sale now, or some other event, and get into their space and build strong relationships. Now, these individuals, because they listen to the podcast or they've seen me speak in public, they know who they are. Some of them know that they fit into those 5 slots. Some of them don't. As they listen to this, they'll now know that I label them as such. But I don't want you to go up to these people and go, hey, you're my cheerleader. You're going to be the person who cheerleads me. If you want, you can. But really, it's just understanding that these are the 5 people that you want to surround yourself with, and be really, really intentional, because your energy is very important to protect. And the easiest way to protect that is to make sure that you surround yourself with the right people. So go out there. And if you don't have these 5 individuals, whether it's the cheerleader, the Bruiser, the Softie, the mentor, the coach, if you don't have those individuals, go out there and find them and begin to put the right people in place. And I promise you, your life, your business, your health, your everything will really reach the next level in 2022. I think you guys are going to really see the effects quickly once you find these people and put them into place. And it's going to be absolutely game-changing for you. I want to thank you guys for coming along on this 10-minute ride with me on this episode. I've really enjoyed it. Like I said, guests return next week, but hopefully this helped you guys out a little bit to be a little bit more intentional about the people that you surround yourself with. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next week. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the Growth Now movement. This is how you can really help me out. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please share it out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that fun stuff. And let's grow this movement to epic heights. And it's all going to be because of you guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.